All right, thanks for being with us, everyone. Our first story today, new data published by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center shows the country registered 76 projects with total estimated foreign direct investment valued at $862.96 million, I shall add, in the first half of 2025. Here's more in the following report.
At the end of June, the Ghana Investment Promotion Center registered 76 projects with total estimated foreign direct investment value of $862.96 million. This represents a 381.91% increase compared to the $179.07 million recorded during the same period last year. The manufacturing sector led in project numbers with 32, while general trading attracted the highest FDI value at $622.92 million. A total of 4,007 jobs are expected to be generated from the 76 projects registered in the first half of 2025, with operations at full capacity. China topped with the number of projects in Ghana within the first half with 22 projects, followed by India with 14 projects, Nigeria 8, United Arab Emirates and the United Kingdom with 4 each. The USA came in the 6th position with 3 projects. Liberia, Mauritius, Singapore and Turkey all recorded 2 projects each in the first half of the year.
Okay, more on this with my colleague, also co-host of Beyond the Numbers, Winston Taki, joins me in studio. So tell us a bit more about these figures put out by the GIPC, and where did the investors come from?
So before we get to the numbers, GIPC has over the years been the marketing hand of the nation, going to other countries and territories, advocating that Ghana is reliable, ready for business. And one thing the president has been doing for quite some time now is visiting countries. The last time we saw him was in Japan. He went to Singapore, all in the name of ensuring that Ghana is open for business. And these data kind of attest to the first half of 2025 about how government has consistently been ensuring that they are able to attract foreign direct investment. Right now, the sectors that have basically been seeing a lot of investment coming through is the building and construction sector. And that so far has about 4 projects in that area. But interestingly enough, it is the manufacturing sector that has attracted huge form of investment to the tune of about $188,000 in terms of investment. These are the number of projects in the manufacturing sector. But when we talk about value, the highest value is general trading, which attracted about $662.92 million in terms of investment, even though it has just 16 project in that dimension. And these, we have general trading with 3 projects. To the value
trading, you mean?
Yeah, general trading, yes. 3.46. We also
trading 3, general trading 16.
Exactly.
For clarity.
Yes, sir. We have and we have services, which is basically having about 20 projects to the tune of $43.4 million. Tourism is also having 1 project in that direction, which is basically constituting about 0.2. And totally, we have 76 projects in the first half of 2025 to the value of $862.96 million. And when we talk about the countries, yes, which country are basically interested and are bringing in foreign direct investment. And the first country is China. China has been leading the trajectory for quite some time now. In the first half of 2025, they are basically having about 22 projects that are multifaceted, from manufacturing, services and infrastructure development in those areas, followed by India. Already, India has been quite viable in terms of manufacturing and pharmaceutical sector. They are investing in those dimensions. Second, the third one is Nigeria. You're wondering why. Over the years, we have cultural and bilateral trade between Nigeria. We've seen a lot of entrepreneurs understanding that Ghana is a viable grounds for business. So the gateway for Africa, they understand that, and Nigeria, know they take last. So Nigeria is in the limelight there. United Arab Emirates also tremendously investing hugely. Last year, the Badia conference in Africa, in Ghana, you saw a lot of them championing that they are ready to invest hugely. The UK is not also being left out of the sharing of the national cake. And they said they have 4 projects in the country. And just yesterday, we saw a report where the finance minister was signing an MOU in terms of how much they intend to invest in the country. U.S., we've had a fair share of how Donald Trump is managing.
Mauritius,
exactly,
Singapore.
with 3 projects, Liberia, Mauritius, Singapore, and Turkey, all of them in the line of 2 projects in the first half of 2020.
Question though, what will be the impact of these investments on the economy and on job creation?
Importantly, these projects have been targeted to give about 4,000 employment and create jobs in 2025. So we're hoping that should these projects come into light, they would necessarily attract jobs. And these jobs, in terms of training, local investment and reinvestment, is something that the GIPC is ensuring that they come to stay.
All right. China doing a lot in the country. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much, Winston Taki, for that update. We appreciate it. Well, the United Kingdom has expressed its readiness to support Ghana in achieving its ambitious 24-hour economy agenda. His Majesty's Trade Commissioner for Africa, John Humphrey, made this known at the UK-Ghana Trade and Investment Forum, where he emphasized the importance of strong bilateral cooperation to unlock economic growth and job creation.
At the UK-Ghana Trade and Investment Forum, the spotlight was firmly on economic collaboration, and at the center of it all was Ghana's bold push for a 24-hour economy. His Majesty's Trade Commissioner for Africa, John Humphrey, told Joy Business that the UK government is eager to work closely with Ghana.
Yeah, well, the UK is very supportive of the Ghana government's initiative to create a 24-hour economy. And some of the things that we're doing specifically include the Jobs and Economic Transformation Programme, where the UK is specifically supporting the Make 24 part of that programme. If you think about the pillars that go into the 24-hour economy programme as well, the UK has interests in agribusiness and healthcare and all those other areas as well. I mean, we're a broad-based, diversified economy.
Presidential advice on the 24-hour economy, Gusitano said companies are responding positively.
Business are responding very well. We've had a lot of businesses approaching us who want to do 24-hour shifts, for instance. It's a shift system, and they're waiting for the incentive regime that will inform the 24-hour economy policy. So that incentive regime, as you know, will be announced by the Minister of Finance.
Executive Director of the UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Ajoba Chiama, stressed on the importance of such partnership.
This forum is very important to us at UK-Ghana Chamber of Commerce because our work involves engaging with both the Ghana government and the UK government on behalf of our member companies. And as you may be aware, the UK government has a growth agenda for the UK, and the Ghana government also has a growth agenda for Ghana. And it aligns perfectly both ways.
The 24-hour economy is a policy initiative designed to boost production, create jobs, and improve service delivery by encouraging continuous business operations.
All right, let's turn to the banking sector for some more news. Access Bank Ghana PLC has announced the appointment of Pearl Nkrumah as its managing director effective the 1st of October 2025. Her appointment has received approval from Board of Directors and Bank of Ghana in line with regulatory requirements. Ms. Nkrumah will be the bank's first female managing director since it started operations in Ghana. She succeeds Olumide Olatunji, who has led the bank since 2018 and now transitions into a new executive role in Nigeria within the parent company, Access Bank PLC. Until her appointment, Pearl served as executive director for retail and digital banking at Access Bank Ghana PLC and head of retail for Access Africa subsidiaries, excluding Nigeria, where she was responsible for driving the bank's retail banking strategy across 15 markets on the continent. Pearl also serves as chairperson on the Council of the Ghana Stock Exchange, representing listed companies. Congratulations to her. Now, the Agricultural Development Bank PLC has staged an impressive financial comeback, posting a 104% turnaround in profitability for the year 2024 after recording a heavy loss in 2023. Here's more in this report.
The Agricultural Development Bank PLC reversed its 2023 loss of 828.8 million Ghana cedis to register a net profit of 35.06 million Ghana cedis this year. This milestone was announced at the company's annual general meeting in Accra, where board chairman Kenneth Kwamina Thompson addressed shareholders. Mr. Thompson described the performance as a positive sign of recovery, but cautioned that challenges persist. He cited loan book contraction and high non-performing loans as major obstacles constraining credit growth and profitability.
The issue with non-performing loans is, yes, it's an issue, but they say if you do the same thing and expect different results, you are mad. And we are doing things that are completely different to make sure that we collect the loans. Because collecting the loans is critical for the bank going forward. And over the last few months, the staff have been energized. We are taking different approaches. We are meeting debtors. We are renegotiating. We are making sure that we are at the top of the debtors' priority list. And slowly we can see results.
He further gave the assurance that the bank is now on the right trajectory and that shareholders should be confident of receiving dividends in the near future.
I feel for the shareholders because they've put in money, they own the institution, and so far they've not been able to get much out of the institution because there are no dividends. But if we are able to execute on our strategy, and it's about execution. We keep saying it's execution, execution, execution. If we're able to execute on our strategy, we will attain profitability, and once we have profitability, we're going to pay dividends. And we can assure the shareholders that so far we're on the right trajectory, and we're looking forward to be able to pay them substantial amounts in the near future.
On his part, Managing Director of ADB, Edward Atosapon, said the bank has introduced Project 135, a strategic initiative aimed at addressing operational challenges, accelerating growth, and consolidating profitability.
Our objective is to move from a loss mentality to a profit mentality, but not just a profit mentality, but 1 billion Ghana cedis in profit. So over the past 2-3 months, we've been able to change the mindset and the orientation of all the team members, all staff. We have about 1,500 people employed by the bank, and we are all focused. But 1st January 2026, we'll start and be taking the steps towards delivering 1 billion in profit, 100 million of our costs, working towards being among the top 3 banks in Ghana, and generating in excess of 35 billion in deposit. It's on the back of our new tagline, Beyond Banking.
With the turnaround, ADB has signaled its resilience and renewed commitment to delivering value to shareholders while charting a more sustainable path for growth in Ghana's banking sector.
All right, you're watching The Marketplace. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we have the Joy Business Poll. We're asking what you make of the PURC's recent adjustments of electricity tariffs. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to The Marketplace. The Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, initially proposed a jaw-dropping 225% increase in tariffs, but the PRC has approved a 1.14% hike effective the 1st of October. What remains unchanged? What you make of this final decision? My colleague Isaac Atase Nyako joins me in studio with your responses on social media to our poll this week. We should state the 225% was a proposal for next year, right? But the question is this a sign of things to come?
Exactly. So, I mean, that's what we sought to achieve with the poll. I mean, ECG a couple of weeks ago proposed, a 225% increment, in tariffs, and Water, or Ghana Water Company, also came out with a 280%. Well, like you said, it's supposed to be effective next year. And also, by way of information, these are all part of, the IMF reforms, proposed, to make sure that we have, an effective energy sector, effective, utility sector, for instance, and also to curb the debt that has been accrued in the utility space. And so this is just for by way of information. But just this week, the PURC announced that, they have approved, an increment in electricity tariffs for what? 1.14%. Yes.
Business associations, energy think tanks saying it is unfair.
Yeah, and so yes, we heard from the executive secretary of the Food and Beverages Association, also speaking vehemently about it. Exactly. So we put it out on our socials to try and gauge the mood of Ghanaians and to see what they are thinking. So we asked if they at least think that what they make of the increment actually, and so. Per the poll, we sought to find out if the increase, adds pressure, if they are unhappy, if, again, it's supportive for those who think that we should add more to help the utility sector, revamp, pay off their debts so they can, refresh and all of that. And so we realized that 56% sort of majority throughout all the polls we put out are unhappy about the increment.
You expect that.
Exactly. I mean, these are sentiments from consumers. They think that no matter how much you increase prices, ECG is not effective or, has not been effective. And so there's no need for any increment. And so we jump.
Just take us back. 21% saying, well, supportive, a small increase is fair to keep the lights on. But there are arguments from people who say, well, the issue is not about increasing the cost, but managing the operations well. I mean, is ECG really managing its operations very well? Are they misappropriating monies? Are they not chasing revenue like they should? I mean, these are arguments from other quarters.
Right. I remember putting that question to, Asa Ben Boache, and he did admit that it's going to be, a daunting task when it comes to, organizing the space or the utility sector or clearing all of those inefficiencies. It's going to be really difficult, but it remains one of the most important points when it comes to tariff. And whenever that issue comes up, people are always going to refer you to that. So we jumped onto the comment and...
somebody reading our minds, right? It says, PRC didn't ask them of the recovery of the losses to supplement their claim. This Ghana, everybody in government make unprecedented losses and they go court-free wanting ordinary Ghanaians to bear the brand. How? That's from Dan Litos.
Exactly, highlighting, the concerns of consumers, thinking that there should be a cleanup in these, utility service providers rather than just increasing prices. Now, Ambi Anderson says that it's light out here, no communication.
How did he post that?
Exactly. Well, her phone, I'm sure she charged her phone before the lights went out. And so, yeah, with the help of data, she can do that. Joseph Agbeku Yadogla says that it's unacceptable. No increments for the next 4 years. They are inefficient. Again, highlighting concerns of inefficiencies in the, utility, service provision area. Only Jai, do you want to take that, Darryl?
They should add more to get the lights on. GD Kofi Ashon says ECG does not deserve any tariff adjustments. Fix the corruption there, Jinapo. All right, so those comments there too. Our poll for today. Interesting perspectives from our audience.
Very interesting. I mean, if you follow through all the comments, which of course we couldn't put out here, you realize that a lot of people are pretty livid about increments. They say that we should focus on, cleaning the inefficiencies or managing the utility service providers very well rather than always fighting for inefficiencies. But hey, the IMF says that we should look at this because we charge relatively low tariffs compared to, others in the sub-region.
And get used to the idea that from the 1st of October, you're going to pay 1.14% more for electricity charge. And that's our program. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Do we have it? No. myjoyonline.com/business. Head there for the day's latest stories. My name is Darryl Powell. Thanks for watching. See you same time tomorrow.